Last time on Metal Gear.
Can you hear me, Solid Snake? I'm not dead. Someday I'll get even with you. Someday we will meet again. Or tea or something.
So Big Boss survives and promises Snake that one day he'll return. So now it's time for Snake to once again strap on his cardboard box, smoke his cigarettes, and begin his next mission. This is Metal Gear 2: Solid Snake. So in the late 90s, a military power rises in a country called Zanzibar land. They seize a bunch of nuclear weapons and begin invading other countries. While this is all happening, the world's oil supply dries out, which leads to a scientist named Keo Marv to develop a microbe that can synthesize petroleum. Marv soon ends up being kidnapped by agents of Zanzibar land, so the new Foxhound leader, Roy Campbell, sends in Solid Snake to once again save the world. As Snake arrives, he is ordered to infiltrate Zanzibar land and to rescue Dr. Marv. A couple new features have been added to this game, like the motion radar, which lets you know where enemies are located on the next screen. The ability to crouch and crawl. An evasion timer was also added for when enemies lose sight of Snake. And then they also added this. You know, I think foxes and guns don't quite match, so maybe we should just put the gun down, huh? Well, no, I'm not saying that you should, I'm just saying, you know, it might be a better option not to be holding a gun. Okay, I get it. No need to be an asshole, just... Can we calm down a little bit? Jeez. Unlike the first game, the crew that communicates with you here are actually helpful and give you hints and warn you of unseen dangers. Anyways, when you begin your mission, you find Marv pretty soon, who actually turns out to be a psycho space ninja who tries to kill you with ninja stars. Once you beat him, he tells you that he is actually Schneider from the first game, and the reason why he became a terrorist was because the war orphans and refugees were seen as liabilities. So NATO bombed Outer Heaven with them all still in there. He goes on to say that a man, wink wink, forgave and saved them from the bombing of Outer Heaven. Space Ghost finally ends up saying to follow the man in the green beret before exploding into his fiery death. This is Resistance Leader Schneider. This is the start of the gas room. Over. This is Resistance Leader Schneider. I know who the Outer Heaven boss is. No way, the Outer Heaven boss is. Oh no! Snake! You go to the first floor, find the Green Beret dude, follow him through the world's shortest palm tree forest, twice, and end up discovering the hut Marv is located in. Damn, could this take any longer to get through? And you have to wait for him, otherwise you'll never find the hut. Once inside, it turns out to be an empty room. Just the sound of someone humping walls or something. So Campbell calls you and tells you that the humping is actually a tap code, and that instructions on deciphering the code should be located in the game manual. Okay, well, let's check the manual then. Let's see. Well, I don't see anything about tap codes, So I'm guessing it's inside the actual game? It's gotta be here in the instructions, right? Or not. Of course, it wouldn't be a Metal Gear if it wasn't a tedious task. So I have to shut off the game, then restart it. Go to the Metal Gear Solid 3 manual, where the codes are located on page 324. Now I just have to write it down so I can get back to the game. Oh, so you want to play that kind of game, huh? Well, I guess it's time to flip my hat around. Alright, now it's on. It's really on now. What is tapping?
More like a knock. Knocking on my door.
Am I knocking on heaven's door?
Is this real?
Am I real? But wait. It's of course.
The paper.
Knocking answers into the wall.
One day, you will solve.
Shh. Quiet. Paper, show me your secrets. Wait, of course. The answer. It's so obvious now. Of course, but if it's so stupid. This has to be it. Okay. This has to be it. Oh yeah. Here we go. Yeah. Of course. Could have been so stupid. So easy. Maybe I should just look it up instead. So when you call the number, it turns out that the person tapping is actually Dr. Madnar from the first game. Dr. Madnar tells Snake that Marv has been moved to the tower building a couple days before. Madnar also reveals that a new improved Metal Gear has been made, and that Big Boss is still alive, and is trying to rule the world with Metal Gear and Oilix. Madnar tells you to leave him behind, and go after Marv. So leave his ass behind and reach the end of the forest. Snake then receives a call from his #1 fan warning Snake of the minefield he is currently standing in. Luckily, Snake now has the superpower to crawl over mines and pick them up. So pick them up and head back into the forest and into the swamp. In the swamp, a punk-ass kid tells Snake that he has seen trucks drive through it, even though it's apparently dangerous. Take a step in and learn that there is an invisible path that is safe to walk on. It's all guessing where to walk here, so stepping into the swamp is inevitable. If you do happen to make it through the swamp without breaking your controller, you get greeted by Running Man, the fastest mercenary in the world. Ow. Ow. Ah. After showing off, Running Man tries to kill you by gassing the room. Just chase him down while laying mines to ensure his death. So the cheetah loses to the snake and explodes. It's time to grab his key and go back through the swamp. Once you find the missile launcher, you have to head back through the desert to face off with the Hind D helicopter once again. But this time, it actually flies. Throw some of your magic missiles at it and watch as little pieces fall from the sky. Yay! Reach the tower building and you discover the cardboard box. This allows you to infiltrate the tower building. Once in, you get a call from a female snake and she tells you that she's been caught and that she's being held in a room by some water. The only place with water is the basement, so head down and save that green rookie. So Snake tries to make a move on her and gets denied. That's when Snake learns that words hurt more than bullets. Miss Snake says something about a pigeon with a message on the roof, and then Snake tries to call her his girlfriend. It's actually quite awkward. So, take the elevator up to the 30th floor, then have a grenade face-off with some kind of wall crawler. Get to the roof, where the pigeon will fly away when you get near it. Jacobson, one of your contacts, will inform you that they love potatoes. So just grab your B2 ration to attract the pigeon. You'll find a coded message on the pigeon. And Master Miller informs you that it is actually a number that's upside down. Oh, Master Miller, what would I do without you? Hugs and kisses. Tee. So finally, we contact Marv, but it turns out he only speaks Czech. So you have to contact Madnar, who tells you to find a woman named Gustava, who can speak Czech. But apparently she's dressed up as a guard and doesn't have a radio, so the only way to locate her is by stalking the women's bathroom. And the only bathroom in the game is located in the first building, so it's time for some good old
Backtracking.
Get back to the first building and find the bathroom, so Snake can attempt to see a woman changing in front of him. Alas, he is too late, but at least he found Gustava. Gustava calls Snake out on his shit. Snake gives Gustava the frequency so that she may speak to Marv. Marv apparently tells Gustava that he is located in a prison camp across some kind of crevice, and that he also worries about Madnar as well. Conveniently, there is an elevator in the girls' bathroom that takes you straight to Madnar and the crevice. Wow, I always knew the ladies' restroom had all the perks. Unlike those stinky boys' restrooms. So you have to run through a sewer maze with a bunch of killer machines trying to clean you or something. Once you reach the elevator, it takes you straight to Madnar, who looks suspiciously like the Marv doppelganger. So that must mean that they're twinsies! So you take Madnar into the sewer, and along the way, Madnar's bladder gets the best of him. Gustava tells Snake about her past back when she was an Olympic ice skater. Snake asks why she stopped ice skating, and she says it had something to do with ice being cold. Ice may be cold, girl, but you are hot! Gustava then asks Snake if he's married, and he tells her he doesn't have a family. Gustava says she is also alone, but she once almost married a man named Frank Hunter. She was even willing to defect to marry him, but she was denied asylum in the United States, and had been branded a refusenik? Had to look it up. Which is why she had to join the secret police. She says that she never saw Frank again before Madnar decides to come back and spoil the mood. The trio reaches the crevice to find out that the only way across is over a narrow bridge. Madnar crosses first, and then Gustava. Snake then gets ready to cross and... As Gustava lays dying, she tells Snake she never learned to live off the ice. Snake tries to reassure her, but Gustava knows it's too late for her. Gustava hands Snake a card key and her Zanzibarland brooch. She calls out the name Frank right before closing her eyes for the last time. Okay, enough of the depressing shit. Madnar gets taken away and... What's this? Oh, it's just a walking robo wiener. Metal Gear, codename Red Rocket. Is that a missile launcher? Or are you just happy to see me? Oh, it's just a missile launcher? It's always a missile launcher. So it turns out Gray Fox is in the Metal Gear. And it looks like he changed quite a bit since the last game. But I can't quite put my finger on it. Gray Fox just tells Snake to GTFO and laughs at him. But Snake has only one thing on his mind. Revengeance. So with the bridge out, you have to do some epic backtracking. Go back to the first building and then find the hang glider. Double back to the tower building and head to the 20th floor. Then Gray Fox decides he is no longer Snake's friend and sends an assassination group after him. They call themselves the Four Horsemen because they are assholes. Defeat the assassins with rockets or whatever, and then watch as the elevator crashes to the first floor. So now Snake has to take the stairs. Oh great, I would much rather run up 20 flights of stairs while being chased by soldiers. Bonus! So now you're at the top, and you can fly over to the final building, right? Wrong! Apparently, the wind has to be going north. And the only way to tell which way the wind is going is with gas grenades. So I throw a bunch, and it never changes from south. Well, I think I'm gonna need a break, so I'll come back and figure this out later. What I like about smoking, it gives you the ability to control nature, to control the wind, the weather, everything. Wait, the wind, of course. It all makes sense now. It's so obvious. How could I have been so stupid? Controlling nature. Smoking. Gee. Save me again.
Warning. Smoking may not give you the ability to control nature, but you can score hot chicks, and even dudes. Even make new friends like cancer. So smoke up, Johnny.
So obviously you have to smoke your cigarettes to change the wind direction north. So now just jump off and enjoy the ride. Whee! Pretty soon, you walk into a tall patch of grass where Snake gets ambushed by a man. He called himself Jungle Evil. Waste no time on this fool and just kill him. You then find an owl egg which hatches, making Snake a father. Or in this case, mother. So when the guards in a nearby prison hear the owls, they think it's nighttime and turn off the security gate, letting anybody in.
It's such a sunny night out tonight.
Just make your way through the prison and down the elevator to fight the incredible Invisible Man. Who, in fact, isn't very incredible at all. After Invisible Man's defeat, you make it to Marv's prison cell, only to find out that Marv died already. Snake inspects the body to find bruises around the neck. Madnar tells Snake the plans for Oilix were stashed in an MSX cartridge. What is this, a commercial for a game on a game that was only made for the MSX? The cartridge is apparently located in the locker, but Marv didn't tell Madnar how to unlock it. Holly then calls to tell Snake Madnar is a double agent, selling secrets to Zanzibar land. Apparently nobody likes him in the East or West because he's a poopy butt. Madnar reveals that he in fact killed Marv, and also Gustava by contacting Gray Fox in the sewer. He mentions that Gustava gave Snake the key before choking Snake out from behind. Oh Jesus. Throw your gas grenades and bomb the shit out of Madnar to finally end the life of that old pervert. So the key is the brooch Gustava gave you. It magically transforms into two different keys. One key for when it's hot, and one key for when it's cold. In order to open up the locker, you have to freeze the key first. Inside the locker, you will find a bunch of rats that will kill Snake instantly if you touch them. Jacobson says that they're super poisonous hamsters that were apparently bred to be house pets. Wow, that sounds like the perfect pet. What's up? I got you a new house pet. You go. Oh wow, a hamster! I always wanted one. Where'd you get this thing? This thing's huge!
Where'd I get? Well, I got it from this one guy, right? He looked like Crocodile Dundee, but he had like crazy eye, and he had scars on his face. You know, he kind of looked like one of those really trustworthy guys. And I was like, hey, you got any deals for me? And he said, I got this hamster for you. Great house pet. And I was like, I can't pass up on that kind of offer. So there you go. That seems like a really cool guy. Wow. No! Damn you! Take me instead! Huh.
So bait out the hamsters with some rations and kill them all. Then, go and grab the MSX cartridge. As you leave the locker, Madnar, who is somehow still alive, tells Snake to defeat Metal Gear by throwing grenades at its legs. A trapdoor opens beneath Snake and he falls through. At the bottom, Gray Fox is waiting for Snake. Go through the front door, dodge the red rocket, and then finish off Metal Gear with your grenades. Snake gets caught up in the explosion, but Gray Fox somehow doesn't, and also steals the cartridge from Snake. Oh, and Snake just stands casually as a flame consumes his head. Nah, bro, doesn't even hurt a bit. So throw away every item in your inventory to stop the fire from killing Snake. And then chase after Gray Fox for the final showdown. Gray Fox lures Snake into a minefield, or rather, a room full of mines. And he challenges Snake to a fist fight. As the fight begins, Snake gets a call from, Kazler? A contact no one bothered to mention to me the whole game. He tells Snake about Gray Fox's past. Gray Fox's real name is Frank Jaeger, and apparently in German, that means hunter. Frank had a girlfriend who couldn't get over to America, which is why he became an asshole. It turns out the girl is actually Gustava. I guess that means Gray Fox approves of domestic violence. I'll kill him! Give Frank a good old-fashioned spanking for being a naughty boy. As Frank lays dying, he tells Snake that Big Boss saved him from war twice. Just like how he saved the war orphans. He says they all hate war, but need it because it's the only thing that they know. So Big Boss gave them a place to fight. Snake then promises he won't turn out like Fox. And Fox tells Snake to fight hard and not to let his fans down. So Fox was his #1 fan after all. Snake tells Fox that Gustava's waiting for him, as he explodes in typical boss fashion, of course. Grab the cartridge, and then a voice calls out to Snake. The voice turns out to be Big Boss. Big Boss tells Snake that the only thing that Snake wants is war. Big Boss trains the orphans so that he can create wars, end them, and then save the victims in order to create his army in a vicious war cycle. He tells Snake that they are both too valuable in war, but just dead weight in America, thus ensuring that Snake will forever be fighting. Snake tells Big Boss he only has one fight left, and that's with Big Boss himself. When fighting Big Boss, it's suicide for Snake to take him on with just his fists. So run around and find the lighter, and then the hairspray. Combine the two and finish off Big Boss by torching him. As he's burning, he gives you a little show before dying. Wow, the world's greatest soldier, killed by hairspray. Exit the room and a guard will catch Snake. It turns out to be Holly in an enemy uniform, which is apparently really tight around the chest. Anyways, sprint through the enemies and make your way to the extraction point. The helicopter is late, so Snake has to fight off the enemy soldiers. Then a pit opens and kills Snake, so he has to go through it again. Yay! Snake then runs out of bullets, and the soldiers surround him. Just in the nick of time, the helicopter takes out the enemies and takes them home for a happy ending. That's it for Metal Gear 2. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I think we all learned a valuable lesson about domestic violence. So see you next time on Metal Gear Solid.